If the Tao Creation Divine Lord cultivated the world-defying stage Divine Source, then many things definitely would not have happened. We, the ancestors, have been restricted to a certain extent. Even the people who possess our bloodline are restricted by this restriction, but the beast creation race is an anomaly, so even if the beast creation race was stronger, he would have already been sealed by the Tao Creation Divine Lord. The first beast creation ancestor said, "In short, it will be difficult for me to cultivate the world-defying stage Divine Source." The 9-colored bead inside the secret room suddenly trembled and then flashed with light. Could it be that he woke up? Xianxia asked anxiously. It should be. Xianxia anxiously retreated a few steps. He Fengyuan came out of the Yu Yao mountain villa and began communicating with the tree soul. After a moment, Xianxia asked, "How is it?" The tree soul is very angry right now. He has been sealed for so long and the divine tree has almost been drained of energy by someone. It almost caused his death. He Fengyuan said. Can he prevent the energy from being absorbed? Xianxia asked. That's fine. He Fengyuan frowned. It's just that he said he can stop the divine tree from growing more leaves, stop flowers and fruits, and can no longer release any energy. However, he cannot stop those beasts from directly biting into the divine tree. If the beasts of beast creation race were to eat the leaves of the divine tree directly, they would be able to obtain a lot of energy. Xianxia also felt that this was something that was difficult to stop, unless all 9 of the divine trees had people protecting them. Let's first let the tree soul on the divine tree be free first. Xianxia said, the divine tree needs someone to protect it. I need to go back and talk to Elder Yu and the others. Xiao Xianglin and Feng Kuer had already completely removed their seals. The tree soul had disappeared in a flash, and should have returned back to the 9 divine trees. As long as this main tree soul was not sealed, the other tree soul would be able to break through the seals. Xianxia came out from the altar. Senior, the beast creation race's army might be entering the medicine creation divine continent very soon. They might not be able to easily absorb the energy from the divine tree, but they can directly eat it. Xianxia was very worried, because he didn't have any ways to stop them right now. There's nothing I can do right now. This requires all of you to join hands. If the divine tree is eaten, the beast creation race will definitely become very strong, and at that time it will be difficult for us to stop them. The first beast creation ancestor sighed. I am also sealed here. There is no way. Xianxia looked at the steps that led to the altar, clenched his teeth, and immediately rushed over. As soon as he stepped onto the first step, he felt spatial fluctuations approaching him. A golden-robed man appeared. It was the man from before. It's you again. That's great. This time, I will definitely not let you go. Ha ha ha. The golden-robed man laughed loudly. You haunting bastard. Xianxia clenched his teeth and took out his heavenly magic sword. The golden-robed man had cultivated world-defying stage divine source, and the divine origin energy that he had released was much stronger. The last time he had been stopped by Xianxia's red fire dragon explosion. He had not been able to catch Xianxia for a period of time. Xianxia felt that defeating this fellow would be very difficult. After all, this fellow had cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. The golden-robed man didn't use a weapon and instantly moved in front of Xianxia, fiercely punching towards Xianxia's nose. The 6 realms mirrors flashed out, and when the golden-robed man's fist landed on the 6 realms mirrors, it activated a burst of berserk power that rushed out, causing the golden-robed man to be blown away by the explosive force. Xianxia was also sent flying by the impact, but he was not injured at all. It was just that the 6 realms mirrors had been refined using the explosive shock divine stones before, and was able to produce a stronger explosive force. Damnable fellow. His strength is so weak, yet he was able to cause me to appear so miserable. The golden-robed man was furious and teleported again. This time, he released a very strong time and space power and trapped Xianxia. Xianxia didn't have enough control over space and time. He couldn't even use teleportation smoothly. In the past, the other things he could use were only in the world, but now he was being used to restrict himself. Is it over? Xianxia was unable to move at the moment. Looking at the fist that carried death and destruction rushing towards him, he could not help but feel despair. Suddenly, a ball of 9-colored light appeared and wrapped around the golden-robed male. Xianxia was shocked. It was actually a tree soul. The chance has come. Xianxia immediately rushed over and thrusted his sword at the golden-clothed man, directly attacking his opponent's divine sense, then madly slapping the golden-clothed man's head with his 6 realms mirrors. Xianxia allowed the 3 red fire dragoness to merge together, and after that, they fused with his arm, transforming into a scarlet dragon arm. He punched towards the golden-clothed man's head. This angry dragon energy poured into the golden-clothed man's divine sense, causing the golden-clothed man to let out a miserable cry. I destroyed his world-defying stage divine source. Xianxia was shocked. He never expected that the tree soul would appear so suddenly, and with such power, it could tightly seal the man in gold. The golden-robed man was not dead yet, and Xianxia did not kill him. If the golden-clothed man died, then there might be someone stronger. Don't come over here anymore. If you continue coming up here, there will definitely be other guys coming over. Your luck is quite good for you to be able to deal with this guy. The first beast creation ancestor said, when you go back and cultivate the world-defying stage divine source, you'll definitely be able to save me. That's the only way. Xianxia looked at the ball of 9-colored light that had scattered. This time, the tree soul was really going to return. The reason why Xianxia came here was to save the tree soul. He had already succeeded, but he could not bear to see the first beast creation ancestor being tormented like this. I believe that you will definitely be able to resist the beast creation race. The first beast creation ancestor laughed. Senior, the next time I come will be when you are free. After Xianxia finished speaking, he quickly flew. He did not look for Ying, but instead headed towards the Medicine God Mountain Villa. When Xianxia came to the Medicine God Mountain Villa, he had immediately felt Han Xiaoying's and Jing Yun'er's aura. The last time the 2 girls were at the altar with Xianxia, they were almost killed. Now that Xianxia could see them, the worry in his heart was put down. Big sister Yun Xiaoying. Xianxia laughed. It's good that you guys are fine. We were worried about you. Jing Yun'er laughed. Oh right. Did beast creation race make any moves during this period of time? Xianxia asked the medicine god. No, but it's been very quiet during this period of time. The medicine god frowned and said, these 2 ladies have made other discoveries. Jing Yun'er said, beast creation race's actions are extremely astonishing. In a large group of beasts, a beast king would suddenly appear, and then this beast king would devour its own kind. When a group of beasts slaughters and devours everything in its path, this sort of situation will occur when it reaches a certain level of strength. As long as the beasts ate each other, they could become very strong. After all, the beasts of beast creation race all had this ability. Now, with this method, many powerful fellows have appeared. Jing Yun'er said, they seem to be planning for a big operation. It's just that they haven't started yet. Xianxia, where have you been all this time? Han Xiaoying asked. I went to a place called Medicine Creation Divine Continent. Xianxia said. Medicine Creation Divine Continent? You actually managed to find it. I have only heard of it before and have never gone there. Jing Yun'er said. At that time, I heard that there were 9 divine trees inside, and they were extremely important to most ancient era. When Xianxia told them the situation inside, the medicine god and the others were extremely shocked. Looks like the beast creation race's plan is to attack the medicine creation divine continent. Jing Yun'er said, this is bad. Yes. I'll head back to medicine creation divine continent first. Xianxia said, you guys wait here, maybe the beast creation race will make a move on 2 sides. The first is to attack the cities here. Those beasts can devour the humans to obtain great power, and humans are like food in their eyes. We know, we've always been defending them. The medicine god said. Xianxia anxiously went to Medicine Creation Divine Continent, and after coming to Medicine Creation Divine Continent, he went to look for Zhuo Xingfeng. He answered. After finding Zhuo Xingfeng on the leaf, He told him about the tree soul's situation. At least for now, I won't let beast creation race absorb most ancient era's energy through the 9 divine trees. Zhuo Xingfeng said, the tree soul has already returned. Those elders in the divine tree now won't be able to get their hands on it that easily. Elders, how's the progress on your side? Xianxia had heard Zhuo Xingfeng say before that he was going to look for the elders from the other divine trees who had the same goal as him. My side is progressing quite well. All the elders of the divine trees have sincerely protected the divine tree. Now we can secretly recruit a group of warriors. Then we will first take down a divine tree. Zhuo Xingfeng said, I will also go see old Yu. He has recovered quite well. He is moving like me. That's good. Chen Xiang revealed a smile. Don't worry. You've already helped us a lot. Zhuo Xingfeng laughed. Right now, we need to form an alliance to fight against the traitors within the trees. The enchantment around our medicine creation divine continent is not just for show. If the beast creation race wants to attack, it won't be that easy. We still have a lot of time to prepare. Chen Xiang thought for a while, then said, Senior, what do you think of my current strength? Can the elders inside the trees beat me? I can't beat him. Zhuo Xingfeng laughed. So, what do you want to do? You have the guts to do it. Medicine Creation Divine Continent was a very good place where everything was better, and there were even 9 divine trees. These 9 divine trees could help a person cultivate world-defying stage divine source. I want to recruit a few more people here. I might need Senior's help. Chen Xiang laughed. Tell me about your plan. Zhuo Xingfeng knew that Chen Xiang had pretty good pill formulas. With his rallying powers, he could definitely attract a lot of people. I can use my pill to quickly raise the cultivation of many people. That way, we can form a powerful force in a short period of time. Chen Xiang said, It's just that it requires a lot of time formation. You don't have to worry about that. Zhuo Xingfeng laughed. I will deal with the time formation and the Tao Creation's sacred crystals. We really need to expand our power urgently right now. Elder Zhuo, I've been in the medicine creation divine continent for a long time, but I've never seen what a medicinal master is like. Chen Xiang laughed. I wonder if you know how to create medicine? Old Hu said that the creator of this place is very powerful. The so-called creation medicines mean that there is a group of people here. They are born with an ability, and this ability allows many different medicinal plants to fuse into a new type of medicinal plant. Zhuo Xingfeng said, I know how to refine pills, but no one is proficient in it, and fusing the ingredients together will be much easier. So that's how it is. I remember Old Hu saying that he created some medicinal materials out of thin air. Chen Xiang said, if it was said that the Mei Jing sisters and the others knew how to fuse with new medicinal ingredients long ago, and now that He Fengyuan had joined them, they were even more proficient in this area. Don't listen to his nonsense. He doesn't understand anything. Zhuo Xingfeng laughed. Medicinal ingredients were originally nurtured by the earth and can be grown into countless types. Later on, through us alchemists, we use different types of medicinal ingredients to combine and create a strange fusion, allowing us to release an even stronger energy. Old Zhuo, do you have any spirit communication pills? I want to buy one. Chen Xiang said with a smile. There was still one more kind of legendary mantra that Xiao Xianglin had yet to learn. I happen to have one here. Here you are. Zhuo Xingfeng generously gave Chen Xiang a legendary spirit communication pill. Chen Xiang then told Zhuo Xingfeng about his own peak Dan and his own legendary God Dan. Zhuo Xingfeng was extremely impressed with these abilities, because these were pills that could allow a person to break through quickly. If we can get people into the legendary realm very quickly, this pill would definitely be very popular here. Zhuo Xingfeng said, Chen Xiang, I heard your nonsense. You previously wanted to give the Peak Dan-S pill formulas, right? Chen Xiang said, 100 million Tao Creation holy crystals. Zhuo Xingfeng said, I'll buy it. After all, he was a very strong pill god here. Chen Xiang straightforwardly sold the Peak Dan's pill formulas and Flying Dan grain to Zhuo Xingfeng. This was his second time selling it. Chen Xiang, if you can you refine more legendary God Dan and sell them to me? Zhuo Xingfeng said, He knew that the legendary Goddan's pill formula could not be given out. No problem. Old Zua, do you have any way to get the holy fruit of the divine tree? Xianxia really wanted to get one of them to see. I don't have one on hand, but if you want one, you can buy one. It would cost about 200 million Tao Creation holy crystals, and those traders have some on hand. Zua Xingfeng said. Isn't this giving them the Tao Creation's divine crystals? Chen Xiang said. There's nothing we can do about it. Zua Xingfeng sighed. Unless we take down a divine tree. Now that the tree soul had returned, he felt that he could let He Fengyuan find the tree soul and ask if there were any other ways to get a fruit of it. At night, Chen Xiang arrived at a high point above the purple fire tree and stopped on a tree branch, allowing He Fengyuan to come out. The tree soul had already been unsealed. As long as He Fengyuan touched the big tree, he would be able to communicate with the tree soul. A moment later, He Fengyuan said in pleasant surprise. The tree soul said, there is a place to prepare the result. Right now, those fellows are unable to find out the movements of the divine tree through the tree soul, so they do not know the exact time of the result. But there must be someone guarding the place where flowers bloom, Chen Xiang said. There are people guarding them, but there won't be too many of them. With your strength, it's not a problem to take them down. He Fengyuan said, let's go. I'll bring you to the flower garden. Chen Xiang arrived at a place where the purple fire tree were relatively higher. He was still a distance away from the flower when he sensed a strong aura. Right now I'm not in a hurry to go over. I'll first release my illusion and go out to take a look. After Chen Xiang's illusion flew out, he searched for the person hiding in the surroundings. At the same time, he also saw the flower. The leaves and trunk of the purple fire tree were very big, but the flowers that bloomed were relatively small. Although this flower could stand for dozens of people, it was still too small compared to those huge leaves. If one were to look from afar, this flower seemed like a small cluster of purple flames, and in the dark night it looked like a purple dot of light. When will the result be? Chen Xiang asked He Fengyuan. Around 5 days, but nobody knows how many months they think it will take. He Fengyuan said, just now, I communicated with the tree soul. The tree soul told me. He said he could get the result in advance. Now, the spies in the beast creation race in the 9 divine trees all knew that the tree soul had been unsealed. Thus, they could no longer control the various subtle changes in the divine trees like they did before, especially the accurate timing of the results of the divine tree, which would cause them a lot of inconvenience. They had been used to controlling the divine tree for so many years, but now it had suddenly out of their control, causing them to not know what to do for a moment. Chen Xiang patiently waited. At the same time, he would also be able to understand the cultivation levels and positions of the people guarding this place. At that time, it would be even easier for him to get his hands on them. After a few days, He Fengyuan suddenly reminded Chen Xiang. The result will be very fast and very sudden. He Fengyuan said, initially, it was like that flower shining with a purple light. Then the entire flower would turn into a purple mist, and then the mist would condense into a fruit. How long does this process usually take? Chen Xiang asked. It will be completed in a moment. He Fengyuan said. It might be faster. What you need to do is to immediately take away the fruits after the results. All right, I'm ready now. Chen Xiang immediately used his profound Feng mantra to turn himself into a gust of wind and flew over. He Fengyuan was calculating the time. It's starting. Just as He Fengyuan finished speaking, Chen Xiang saw the purple flower below suddenly shine with a dazzling light. Chen Xiang could see everything very clearly from up above. It looks like it's burning. Chen Xiang saw that those beautiful purple flower petals were burning on themselves, turning into purple mist, and then condensing into many balls of air. This process was indeed very quick. Chen Xiang had only just seen the flower below emit a purple light, then quickly produced a large amount of purple mist, which then condensed into balls of things. The result, the result. Suddenly, someone shouted. It was someone from around here. It only took the time of 10 breaths for the purple flower to disappear, and more than 50 purple fruits appeared below. It's all mine. Xianxia instantly swept away all the fruits, and then turned into a gust of wind, escaping from those people. After Xianxia floated away, he heard a burst of angry curses coming from behind him. It was obvious that the clan elders who had rushed over and discovered that the fruits were missing, they became furious and scolded the people in charge of taking care of them. Xianxia had already flown away from the purple fire tree and landed in a place with fewer people. Feng Yuan, why are there only 50 or so fruits? Xianxia asked. Shouldn't there be more than 100 of them? That's the early result, but the quality of these fruits won't be that bad. Feng Yuan said. Xianxia took out a fruit that was as big as a watermelon. It looked like a purple gemstone and radiated a weak purple glow. This fruit is truly beautiful. Even I am unwilling to refine it myself. Xianxia laughed mischievously. Next time, if there are any other divine trees that have results, you can tell me. I will go and pluck them all. Xianxia's journey could be said to be extremely smooth, and he did not encounter any obstacles. Why don't you try and see what the effects of refining these fruits will be like? Feng Yuan said. Right, this can be fused with the leaves to be refined. It's just that it's not good to concoct pills with just the holy fruit of the divine tree. It would be great if it could be combined with some other medicinal ingredients. Xianxia said. How about I find Elder Zhua and have him borrow some good herbs for me? I want to see if there are any medicinal herbs that can perfectly fuse with this sacred fruit. Feng Yuan said. Xianxia found Zhuoxingfeng. Zhuoxingfeng had a lot of good medicines, and those medicines were all legendary divine medicines. These are all high-grade legendary medicines that contain faint traces of divine energy. The pills that are refined can be more beneficial to one's cultivation of divine energy. Zhuoxingfeng gave Xianxia more than 10 types of medicinal herbs. Xianxia was only borrowing it. Xiao Xianglin had already eaten the legendary pill that Zhuoxingfeng had given him before, and started to learn the last legendary mantra. After getting those ingredients, Feng Yuan went into the time array to choose the right herbs. Old Hu, you look good. Xianxia laughed. If I could cultivate the same divine origin qi as before, I would look even better. He was still a little worried that he would not be able to reach his previous peak of strength. Someone had previously discovered a strange beast on top of the purple fire tree. It wasn't a common poisonous insect or poisonous beast. Zhuoxingfeng replied. He should be from beast creation race. On the purple fire tree? Xianxia immediately looked towards the purple fire tree. The purple fire tree had just stolen the divine tree's sacred fruit, so the people inside were extremely nervous. The entire divine tree was under martial law, strictly investigating the people inside. Yes, I wonder if he was inside the purple fire tree or if he came later, Zhuoxingfeng said. Xianxia, if it's convenient for you right now, go and kill this beast. All right, I'll go take a look. Xianxia had to wait for Feng Yuan to create the pill formula now, so he was relatively free. Just like before, Xianxia turned into a gust of wind and quickly arrived at the top of the purple fire tree. I wonder if it's a flying type one. Xianxia also did not know what that beast creation looked like, and Zhuoxingfeng himself had not seen it before either. Zhuoxingfeng actually knew that the purple fire tree had stolen the divine tree holy fruit that he had just bore. Who was the one who raised the beasts? Xianxia searched for a long time but still couldn't find it. He guessed that this beast might be hiding inside a big tree. The purple fire tree was so huge. There were many tree holes on it. It was not easy to find the beast. Xianxia thought about it and decided to refine a batch of pills. These beasts should be very sensitive to pure energy. As long as I have refined a few of the Tao Creation's holy crystals before, I can make the Tao Creation's holy crystals release the energy from within. It will give rise to an aura that should be able to attract that beast. Xianxia quickly finished refining the pill and then placed it on top of a large tree branch. 6 hours later, Xianxia finally felt the familiar aura of a beast. It's finally here. Xianxia summoned his 6 realms mirrors S. Last time when he was dealing with that giant eagle, he wanted to catch it alive, but there were too many people watching at that time, so he couldn't display too much strength himself, so he could only use a crude method to end that giant eagle. But this time he was going to capture a beast. The beast that came was not very big, but it was not weak. It was a golden-armored rhinoceros with wings. When it landed, it immediately swallowed the Tao Creation holy crystal that Xianxia had refined. After swallowing it, Xianxia immediately controlled the Tao Creation holy crystal to explode, causing the rhinoceros to let out a furious scream as it flapped its wings and flew away. This guy's strength isn't bad, but he's a little too stupid. He still hasn't eaten anything. Xianxia immediately jumped down, using the 6 realms mirrors in his hands to ruthlessly pat the rhinoceros's huge golden horn. Boom! The explosive force from the 6 realms mirrors caused the rhinoceros to become dizzy and scurry around crazily. You're still so arrogant. I'll keep fighting. Xianxia continued to use his 6 realms mirrors to beat up the rhinoceros. After a few fierce smashes, the rhinoceros could no longer hold on, and began to hiss and sway in place. Xianxia immediately sealed the rhinoceros and threw it into the 6 realms mirrors. Who are you? A purple-robed elder appeared from afar and shouted loudly. He had just witnessed Xianxia taking away the rhinoceros from afar. Who am I? What does it have to do with you? Xianxia laughed. You. Hand over the rhinoceros. The purple-robed elder was extremely angry as he yelled, You captured my rhinoceros. What proof do you have that the rhinoceros is yours? Xianxia laughed. That rhinoceros is obviously mine. He is too playful. He came all the way from home. I only want to capture him now. He could already see that the man in front of him did not have any intentions of handing over the rhinoceros. His face was gloomy and angry. He released his long blade and roared as he rushed towards Xianxia. Gale Dragon Fire. Try my new move. Xianxia spread open his palm and slapped towards the purple-robed elder through the air. At the same time, he used the power of Profound Feng Mantra and the Pressure Mantra, combined with the power of the legendary Dragon Fire. When these 3 energies fused together, they formed a rapid gale with scarlet flames, enveloping the purple-robed old man like a giant net. When the purple-robed old man sensed the aura of the divine origin energy, he became terrified. He could already tell that Xianxia was an opponent of the same level, and her strength seemed to be much stronger than him. The explosive flames that Xianxia released was accompanied by a burst of pressure, as though a huge net was attacking the purple-robed elder from all directions. The crimson flames burned crazily. The strong winds were like flames that cut through the purple-robed old man's body. He was enveloped by the flames, being pressed down from all directions. Ha! The purple-robed elder had underestimated Xianxia's strength. He roared, exploding his own divine origin chi and deflecting the energy that was trying to imprison him. The purple-robed old man was truly worthy of being a person who cultivated the divine origin chi. He had caused Xianxia's storm dragon flame to fly. However, the 6 realms mirrors followed closely behind. Xianxia raised the 6 realms mirrors and smashed it down fiercely towards the purple-robed elder, making him lose his head. His eyes turned black and floated in the air like a drunkard. Bang! Xianxia patted the purple-robed elder once more, causing him to faint. Afterwards, he threw the seal into the 6 realms mirrors, turned into a gust of wind, and flew away. Not long after he flew, many purple-robed elders rushed over. They were all wearing purple-colored robes, and each one of them cultivated out their own divine origin energy. Looks like there's a very powerful fellow sneaking into the purple fire tree. What should we do? This guy is here without a trace. It's hard for us to guard against him. Now we have an elder who has been captured. This is a huge loss of face. We need to hurry up and inform the beast creation race and get them to help us. If this goes on, we'll all be in danger. The purple fire tree was too high. It would not be easy to use a barrier to protect them all. Furthermore, it would consume a lot of energy, which was extremely inconvenient. Master, can you search that guy's memories? Xianxia asked. No, this guy has a very good memory protection. Xiao Xianglin sighed. Forcefully searching would only cause his divine sense C to collapse. Then what should we do with him? Xianxia asked. Kill him. If he wakes up, he might explode. Xiao Xianglin said. For a person like him to self-destruct inside the 6 realms mirrors is an extremely dangerous thing to do. Chun Xiang could only take out the pill furnace and refine the purple-robed elder. Where is that big rhinoceros? Chun Xiang did not kill the beast. I'll try. Xiao Xianglin had already activated soul-absorbing devil spell on the rhinoceros. Not long after, Xiao Xianglin revealed a surprised look. I found some useful memories. The big rhinoceros came to the purple fire tree a long time ago, and there is indeed a beast nest within the purple fire tree. There is someone in the purple fire tree that is using the blood of the creator beast and some poisonous flowers and herbs to cultivate some poisonous insects and poisonous beast. The other divine trees should be in the same situation. Anything else useful? Chun Xiang asked. Also, this rhinoceros is trying to see how fast its speed of improvement is. Xiao Xianglin said, the big rhinoceros only came 10 years ago. Back then it was very weak, but it has already cultivated and produced a bit of divine qi. This speed of improvement can't be considered slow. Chun Xiang was surprised. How do you usually raise such a big rhinoceros? Feed the leaves. The one who reared the big rhinoceros is the purple-robed elder that you killed. He normally would make the huge purple fire tree's leaves small and then throw it to the big rhinoceros. Chun Xiang had to praise the absorption ability of these beasts. They could break through just by eating the leaves. There are a lot of leaves that we need to eat too, Xiao Xianglin continued. Last time, when that giant eagle ran out, it was probably because it was too hungry. Chun Xiang brought the big rhinoceros back to Zhuo Xingfeng's boat and reported this matter to Zhuo Xingfeng. To Zhuo Xingfeng, this was extremely useful information. These guys, all these poisonous insect, poisonous beasts that have appeared over the years were actually raised by them. They have caused the death of quite a few people. Zhuo Xingfeng scolded loudly. I'll definitely teach them a lesson in the future. He Fengyuan had already concocted the pill formulas, but she had only chosen one out of the many medicinal ingredients Zhuo Xingfeng had given her. Crap! Chun Xiang returned the other pill formulas back to Zhuo Xingfeng, then found a quiet place to refine pills. Although there's only one medicinal ingredient, don't think that it's useless, He Fengyuan said. According to my senses, if this profound armor was used to fuse with the sacred fruit, it would definitely produce a huge reaction and would raise a lot in quality. Then I am relieved. Chun Xiang said, I don't know if the difficulty will increase. It shouldn't be a problem for you. When He Fengyuan was combining the pill formulas, he had never considered the difficulty of refining the pills. She knew that Chun Xiang's pill refining skills were extremely high. Even if it was difficult to refine, Chun Xiang had ways to fuse multiple medicinal ingredients. When other alchemists were combining their pill formulas, they would often need to carefully think about the difficulty of refining them. In order to refine them more easily, they would generally give up on the effects and pursue the easy process. What I am worried about now is the Tao Creation's divine crystals that will be used up when I awaken the inscription. Chun Xiang still had more than 200 million Tao Creation divine crystals on hand, but he felt that they would be used up very soon. The black armor ginseng was very special. There was a layer of scales on its surface that was very stiff and very heavy. It was the same size as a big radish, but it weighed over 1,000 jin. We can just refine it like this without adding leaves, He Fengyuan said. Those leaves were originally meant to be used as support, and now with the mysterious armor ginseng, it will produce a better effect. All right. Chun Xiang placed the profound armor ginseng and the purple-colored fruit into the Tianchuang furnace, then released flames. He Fengyuan had said it before, these two medicinal ingredients had a lot of tolerance towards fire, and could be refined using fierce fire from the very beginning. It really is very resistant to fire. Chun Xiang released a strong wave of legendary dragon fire to burn. After a few days, there were no changes to the herbs inside. I've even used pressure, but it's still so hard to burn. Chun Xiang had no choice but to release 2 clones to assist him. Only after releasing his clone did he feel that his flames could slowly heat up the mystic armor ginseng and the divine tree sacred fruit. Let's try adding the power of the profound Feng mantra, Xianxia activated the profound Feng mantra, releasing a gust of wind into the Tianquang furnace, causing the flames to become even more exuberant, causing the flames to become a lot stronger. Although a combination of multiple types of energy would make the fire even stronger, it would still take a long time for it to be completely incinerated. Looks like this will take a long time. Chun Xiang closed his eyes and entered a very mysterious state to refine pills. In this state, he would only constantly release flames to burn, and he would also fall into a deep slumber, not feeling the passage of time. When something happened inside the Tianquang furnace, he would immediately wake up. It was unknown how long Chun Xiang slept before he suddenly woke up because something happened inside the pill furnace. It's almost done. Chun Xiang took in a deep breath and then began to use a large amount of pressure to squeeze the two crystals, profound armored ginseng and the purple fire tree holy fruit. When it was being squeezed, the Tianquang furnace was shaking very hard. The process of fusing isn't easy. Chun Xiang frowned. He and his two clones tried their best to release a strong pressure on the crystal ball, pressing it down. After a few months, Chun Xiang finally succeeded. After this process, he was a little afraid of the derivation method. If he were to use the derivation method to create more small crystals, it would be even more difficult to fuse them. So be it. To condense a core immediately and engrave it into a Huajing Dan grain. Chun Xiang decided to give up on using the derivation method for now and successfully refine a pill first. It was a smooth journey all the way to the core formation stage, but it required a lot of time. After he finished condensing the pellets, he began to refine the Huajing Dan grain and enter it. Then, he threw several tens of millions of Tao Creation divine crystals into the Tianquang furnace and left the time array. More than a day had passed outside, and he had spent over 100 years inside refining it. He felt that if he were to use the derivation method to refine it, the quality would definitely greatly improve. I wonder how many Tao Creation's divine crystals will be consumed this time? A single pellet of the legendary golden fire pellet that Chun Xiang refined consumed nearly 10 million Tao Creation divine crystals. If the effects of this pellet is very good and the energy is strong, then the consumption of the Tao Creation's sacred crystals will be even higher. He Fengyuan said, I just wonder how the final effect will be. After a day, Chun Xiang went in and took a look. That pellet had already absorbed over 10 million Tao Creation holy crystals, and was still quickly being absorbed. The effect will definitely be better than the legendary golden flame pill. Chun Xiang was sitting on the side of a river, looking at the boats coming and going. Zhuo Xingfeng's boat was right here. Zhuo Xingfeng had already gone out, and from time to time he would look for the helpers to discuss things. After 2 more days, Chun Xiang entered the time array and had already succeeded in condensing a pill. Looking at the pill that was shining with a purple light, Chun Xiang sighed in his heart. I spent 30 million Tao Creation's holy crystals. He Fengyuan had already thought of the name of this pellet. This pill should not be of much help to me, but it should be able to help you guys a lot. Chun Xiang gave this pellet to Xiao Xianglin and let her eat it. Xiao Xianglin's cultivation was not as complicated as Chun Xiang's. She did not need to cultivate red fire dragon, so it would be much easier for her to cultivate her divine origin qi. When Xiao Xianglin was cultivating, he would bring this sovereign back, so she had also stopped learning the legendary mantra. I should not need too much time to refine this pill. Chun Xiang knew that there were some pills that were of higher quality, and would refine them faster and faster. Moreover, right now he was only cultivating out divine origin qi, and it was not a total improvement, so it would not take too much time. When Zhuo Xingfeng returned, he immediately followed him into the boat cabin. The beast creation race is already here. It's just a small portion of them. Zhuo Xingfeng sighed. We need to hurry up first. Are they in human form? Chun Xiang asked. Yes, they have already taken human forms. It is said that there are 4 or 5 of them, and they all cultivate God's origin energy. Other than them, there are a few humans who do not have the aura of beast creation. Zhuo Xingfeng frowned. Beast creation race is very strong as a whole. The humans without the aura of beast creation should be the God creation race and the fire creation sacred race. Chun Xiang scoffed. These people have become the dogs of the beast creation race. These humans might have already inherited the beast creation race's bloodline. Zhuo Xingfeng was extremely worried about this matter. I wonder how many of those traders who were originally protecting the purple fire tree obtained the beast creation bloodline. Elder Zhuo, how many people did you secretly contact? Chun Xiang wasn't so clear about Zhuo Xingfeng's plans either. Old Yu will be arriving soon. When the time comes, we'll have our old friends in the other divine trees as well. We'll join forces and capture the purple fire tree. Zhuo Xingfeng said harshly. Those traitors are going to die very soon. He had always been protecting the purple fire tree, and he hated those traitors to the bone. He had started to have deep feelings for the purple fire tree, so even if he had to put his life on the line, he would still go and fight the beast creation race to the death. If Elder Yu and the others come, if everyone join hands, would they be able to take down the purple fire tree? Chun Xiang asked. Right now, the purple fire tree should have a group of beasts that aren't weak. That will definitely not be a problem. As long as we can take down the purple fire tree, I can use it as a base and at the same time let everyone know about the plot of the beast creation race. This can further strengthen us, Zhuo Xingfeng said. I'll make my move when the time comes. Chun Xiang looked at the purple fire tree. I'll go and inspect the situation above now. There's no need to go. The purple fire tree are very big, and there are many tree holes on them. You don't even know where those guys are hiding, Zhuo Xingfeng said. When we are ready, we can attack them all and force them out. Do you think they'll know what we're doing? Chun Xiang asked. These things are only done by us old guys, so we won't leak it out. Zhuo Xingfeng laughed. You don't have to worry. When the time comes you can make your move depending on the situation. Although Zhuo Xingfeng said that he did not need to investigate, Chun Xiang still went. He had his illusion body so he could move on top of the purple fire tree quickly without being discovered. The purple fire tree had also kept this a secret. He guessed that the spies in the purple fire tree must have hidden these beasts well, and had only used them for defense. When dawn broke, Xiao Xianglin came out from the time arrays. She had already started refining the Ziyuan Dan, and the refining speed was so fast that Chun Xiang was surprised, although he had already expected that refining would not take too long. Master, how is it? Chun Xiang asked. He wanted to know the exact effects of this pellet. I feel that I only need to eat one more Ziyuan Dan, and I will be able to cultivate the divine origin qi. Xiao Xianglin was excited. She had wanted to cultivate out her divine origin qi for a long time, but she knew that it was not easy. Even Chun Xiang had to refine many legendary gold fire pills in order to succeed. All right, I'll refine one for you right now. Chun Xiang anxiously found an inn to refine pills. If Xiao Xianglin could also cultivate God's qi in the secret room, then he would be able to get Xiao Xianglin to help him with the pill refining process in the future. Xiao Xianglin had his clone, was able to use pressure mantra, and his flames were very strong. In other words, just eating 2 Ziyuan Dan would allow the people at the pinnacle to cultivate and release their divine origin energy. If we use twin Dan grain to refine it, it might only require 40 million Tao Creations sacred crystals. The next batch that Chun Xiang would refine would be filled with twin Dan grain. This would allow him to use one portion of the ingredients to refine and produce 2 pills, which would be equivalent to replicating 1 pellet. It would save him time, ingredients, and the Tao Creation divine crystals. Chun Xiang stayed in the time array for 2 days, and it went extremely smoothly for him this time. He refined a total of 2 Ziyuan Dan and gave one to Xiao Xianglin to eat, while he gave the other to try himself. He wanted to see how helpful the Ziyuan Dan would be to people who could cultivate the divine origin qi. After he ate the Ziyuan Dan, he started to feel the effects of the dissolving medicine. The speed of refinement is indeed very fast. This contains all the divine origin qi, and it should be of help to me as well. It's just that it's extremely insignificant. I don't know how many pills it would take for me to cultivate a complete world-defying stage divine source. Chun Xiang felt that eating Ziyuan Dan at this level of cultivation would not be of much use. After a day, Xiao Xianglin came out of the time array and she had already cultivated her divine origin qi. Oh right, Master. Didn't you just take that legendary spirit communication pill? Chun Xiang asked. It's been a long time. Have you managed to grasp that legendary mantra yet? I've mastered it. This legendary mantra is of great use to you. Xianxia laughed and said, It's called the sky-breaking incantation. When you use the power of this incantation, then when you rush forward, you will be able to break through time and space. Then, you can travel through this broken time and travel to another place, which is the same as traversing space. That's good. Can we go to the designated place? Chun Xiang asked, secretly delighted. No, Xianxia said. Chun Xiang was a little disappointed in his heart, but he was already very satisfied. It was not easy to travel through space in the most ancient era, so he had to cultivate an even stronger set of divine origin qi. Xianxia quickly refined another space-shattering Paternoster Soulstone for Chun Xiang. After Chun Xiang ate it, he quickly grasped this legendary mantra. He came to the wilderness, and then released the power of the incantation, and started to charge wildly. As he sprinted forward, the space in front of him suddenly shattered, and Chun Xiang dove into the shattered space, arriving at another place. The previously shattered spatial tiers quickly began to heal as well. It's quite far. Chun Xiang realized that he was in the air and he could see Purple Fire Tree S. He was now even more distant from Purple Fire Tree S, but he was closer to the field where he was previously at. Chun Xiang tried a few more times, but each time he would appear in the air, and the distance was about the same. It's already pretty good. You really helped me a lot? I wonder if it will be affected by the barrier and formation? In the past, Chun Xiang was most afraid of being sealed within. No! In the past, when you used spatial energy to travel through space, you had to use your own spatial energy to construct a tunnel. However, this sky-shattering incantation day is a time of destruction, so no matter how you seal the space, it will be shattered. Xianxia said. This allowed Chun Xiang to feel more at ease. Suddenly, the sky was covered by a thick black cloud, as if it had suddenly appeared. It was very clear just now. Why did it change so quickly? Chun Xiang immediately looked towards the purple fire tree, only to see waves of suffocating and terrifying aura coming from it. They're fighting. Chun Xiang was surprised. I need to go and take a look immediately. Chun Xiang really did not think that Yu Weizhou and Zhu Xingfeng would fight so quickly. These people who were fighting had all cultivated out their spiritual energy. And now that they had started fighting, the terrifying energy caused the earth to tremble. There were many buildings around the purple fire tree, and they were all enveloped in a sea of fire and lightning. How terrifying! Chun Xiang was shocked. I still underestimated their strength. As Chun Xiang watched from a high altitude, he did not know how to intervene. Both sides were fighting in an extremely chaotic manner, and what made him feel inconceivable was that the purple fire tree was indeed very strong. As it was battered by waves of berserk energy, not one bit of it was damaged. It was just that many of the leaves on the purple fire tree were swaying due to the wind. After the 6 realms mirrors killing array stopped, Chun Xiang had already rushed to the altar, and the many powerful auras surrounding the altar had already locked onto him, surrounded by countless of humanized beasts that had cultivated immortal qi. Just as they were about to attack, Chun Xiang's 2 clones, together with the red fire dragon, released the 2 heavenly dragon seals and started a fierce bombardment on both sides of the altar. When Chun Xiang landed on the altar, the 6 realms mirrors shrank in size and frantically descended. It rushed to the altar even faster than Chun Xiang and sent a few elders who were flying and were about to attack Chun Xiang flying, allowing Chun Xiang to smoothly land on the altar. The altar was in a mess. Chun Xiang's 2 clones were locked onto by many powerful beasts. Suddenly, the altar shook, and then the entire ground started shaking. A powerful pressure came down, and the trees in the forest around the altar were instantly crushed. The towering mountains were also flattened. Originally, there were many mountains and forests within 100 miles. However, they had all been flattened in that instant. Chun Xiang stood on top of the altar. After feeling the pressure, he immediately used all his strength to resist, but he was still struck fiercely by the attack, causing him to spew out a large mouthful of blood. Damn it, this power is too strong. What is this guy's background? We respectfully welcome the clan emperor. Many of the humanoid creatures kneeled on the ground and began to shout with a pious look on their faces. The emperor of the beast creation race? Xianxia immediately guessed that it was this guy. If the people from the beast creation race were already so terrifying, then what about the Goblin Emperor? At this moment, the earth was trembling, and the air around them seemed to have been sucked out, making it hard to breathe. Xianxia, leave quickly. Don't worry about me. Chu Jinfeng also asked Xianxia through the sound transmission due to the extremely strong pressure. Xianxia's other two clones were already suppressed by the pressure and were unable to get up. Don't worry, I can take you with me. Xianxia grabbed Chu Jinfeng along with the wooden board, then used the power of the red fire dragon to allow himself to sprint forward. The other two doppelgangers followed suit. As they sprinted, the space in front of them suddenly collapsed, and they disappeared into it. This is the sky-shattering incantation. After Xianxia and his two clones entered the broken space, they smoothly appeared in another place. He and his two clones were in two different places, and they were both quite a distance away from each other. I'm finally safe. Xianxia looked at the dense fog in the distance. Xianxia pulled out all of the spikes from Chu Jinfeng's body and burned the wooden board along with the spike. Then, he brought Chu Jinfeng to Medicine Creation Divine Continent. The other two clones also left for the Medicine Creation Divine Continent. They would meet up there. Chu Jinfeng was in the Six Realms Mirror's body, soaking in a jade vat. Inside the vat were a large number of rebirth powder, healing the serious injuries on his body. Chu Jinfeng had already fainted earlier. His injuries were severe. After searching for Yu Weizhou, he told Yu Weizhou about the altar and the ceremony he saw, as well as the matter regarding the Beast Creation Race Emperor. And the clan emperor is outside? He seems to be very strong. If he was the kind of guy who cultivated world-defying stage divine source, then it would be difficult to deal with him. Yu Weizhou was worried. This guy must have cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. Xianxia had met such an opponent before, so he could confirm with his chi that the Beast Creation Race's royal family was stronger than the guy he killed before. Actually, we don't have to worry too much. The tree soul on the divine tree is still very strong. It was because of the tree soul locking down the young man from initial God creation realm that Xianxia had succeeded last time. That young man was still sealed inside his Six Realms mirrors. I'll go talk to old Zhua. Yu Weizhou left quickly. Xianxia was also inside the purple fire tree. He had a cave by himself. It was very spacious inside. When he released Chu Jinfeng's complexion looked much better. You saved me again. Chu Jinfeng laughed at himself. Alliance head. Don't talk about me like this. We are good friends. Xianxia also felt a little guilty in his heart. If I didn't tell you about Beast Creation Race, you wouldn't have investigated. If you didn't investigate, you wouldn't have encountered such a thing. Even if you didn't say it, I would have known sooner or later. Chu Jinfeng sighed. I never thought that Beast Creation Race would be so evil. Alliance Master, what did you find in the Beast Creation Race? Xianxia was actually very curious about this. Chu Jinfeng must have found out about something and got caught. Beast Creation Race was created by another type of power in the Nine Creation Race. Chu Jinfeng said, I'm not too sure about the specifics. I know that Beast Creation Race will not be affected by the Chuangyuan Qi, and there are also create evil blood in Beast Creation Race, which accounts for half of all the blood vessels in Beast Creation Race's body. The first Beast Creation ancestor also had the evil blood. He never thought that the Beast Creation Race was also like that. My guess is that the Beast Creation Race was created by some fellows for the sake of experiment. Having half of a create evil blood and beast blood in their bodies meant that they could easily transform into a killing evil beast. Chu Jinfeng said. Xianxia himself was very clear just how terrifying the killing evil beast was. It could increase his strength by a lot, but he could deal with the others who might not be able to. Chief, what was that ceremony they did? Xianxia asked. It's called the Beast Slave Ceremony, which can only be done by transforming into a human or beast. As long as you pass it, you will become stronger, and you can even control a legendary mantra. You might even become a killing evil beast in the future. Chu Jinfeng said, Actually, I am a special case in the Beast Creation Race because I don't have any create evil blood S in my body, only beast blood and the creation god's bloodline. Chu Jinfeng had also said before that he was taken in as a disciple by the Tao Creation Divine Lord later on before he went back to awaken the beast blood. That beast king is truly terrifying. When Chun Xiang thought back to it, he felt a lingering fear. He can transform into a killing evil beast, of course he can, and he's also a very special killing evil beast. When Chu Jinfeng talked about the beast king, his face showed fear. Why is it special? Chun Xiang asked. He's a create evil saint body, Chu Jinfeng said as he furrowed his brows. This means that he can restrain all of the creation races. This way, as long as those creation races do not listen to him, he can quickly kill them all. He can command all of the creation races. This fellow is really incredible. Chun Xiang was also shocked. It was actually a create evil saint body, and it was even a killing evil beast. This is the same as first beast creation ancestor. What kind of beast is he? Is it a dragon? Chun Xiang was unable to discern it from the aura previously, but he did not sense any dragon's aura. He himself had cultivated in killing evil dragon before, so he was quite familiar with the aura of killing evil dragon. No, actually I don't know either because he never revealed his true form. Chu Jinfeng said. He has already cultivated up to the world-defying stage divine source, but his plan is to make himself stronger, then head to the initial God creation realm, and eat everyone from the various great creation races inside. Master, the guy this time won't be easy to deal with. Chun Xiang looked in that direction. There is a humanoid creation beast, and a few extremely strong giant beasts. I'll give it to you as a human. Leave the rest to me. Xiao Xianglin was fearless. Chun Xiang and Xiao Xianglin immediately flew over, and stayed far away from the purple fire tree. This way, it wouldn't affect the people below. As expected, the reinforcements were being sensed by the same aura as Chen Xiang. The leader was a man covered in scales, and when Chun Xiang got closer, he could clearly feel his qi, which was the qi of a dragon. This guy is a dragon. He might not be easy to deal with, Chun Xiang thought in his heart, while beside the man were 3 dragon tigers with dragon blood s. They were not weak either. Master, you have to be careful, Chun Xiang said. You too. Xiao Xianglin was not worried. She was extremely confident in her own strength. She was a heavenly incantation master. If she used all sorts of incantations in battle, it would be extremely terrifying. Are you here to stop me? Aren't you guys too weak? No wonder. You're too weak after all, so you didn't fight below. The white-scaled man mocked. You are a beast tamer? You guys have been sealed in that damned place. Why did you run out to seek death? Chun Xiang held onto the 6 realms mirrors and sneered. That's fine too. A guy like you, who's been sealed for so long, must have gotten tired of living. That's why you came to seek death. Arrogant human. The white-armored man let out a roar and a cold aura appeared. It was an ice dragon. Chun Xiang rejoiced in his heart. If it was only the ice dragon, he simply had nothing to be afraid of, as his flames could melt all this ice. I want to be late for you a little. His arms turned into dragon claws and suddenly appeared in front of Chun Xiang, grabbing at his face directly. He thought he could crush Chun Xiang's head with his hands. However, when his claws were just an inch away from Chun Xiang's face, he was suddenly struck by a huge force. Xiao Xianglin had already rushed out and released 2 clones to fight against the 3 dragon and tiger. Seeing that Xiao Xianglin was so powerful, the white-armored man wanted to stop Xiao Xianglin, but Chun Xiang would not let him succeed. Chun Xiang's 6 realms mirrors flew out and struck the white-armored man, sending him flying. Chun Xiang also released 2 clones and surrounded the white-armored man from 3 sides. Clone. This is the legendary mantra. Where did you get it? The white-armored man was surprised. He felt as though he had met an opponent. Chun Xiang did not bother to pay attention to him. Instead, he released pressure from 3 different sides, sealing the white-armored man. Pressure mantra? Humph. Do you think you can take care of me like this? The white-armored man laughed loudly. He had condensed a lot of ice and made the ice more and more, so that he could use the ice that was continuously growing bigger to expand Chun Xiang's pressure cage. Innocent fellow. Chun Xiang mocked and released 3 red fire dragoness. Seeing the 3 red fire dragoness, The white armored man's face immediately became ashen, because he was very clear on the strength of the 3 red fire dragoness. The 3 red fire dragon opened their mouths and crazily sprayed out flames. The intense flames quickly melted the ice and seeped into the pressure cage. Ah! The white armored man screamed crazily as the flames of the red fire dragon had already permeated into his body. You still want to eat me? How many people did you eat? Today you will be punished. Xianxia bellowed, and the flames spewed by the red fire dragon became even stronger. A red ray of light shot through the white armored man's body. Not long after, the ice dragon turned to dust. Xianxia had also resolved it. The 3 dragon and tigers were beaten up to a pulp by her, and in the end, they were killed by her and their corpses were kept away. After that, Chunxiang and Xianxia both came to the surface. They wanted to quickly eliminate all of the spies below, and then everyone would be able to join hands to deal with those beasts that had come to reinforce them. After Chunxiang and Xianxia joined the fray, the pressure on Zhuo Xingfeng and the others lessened. They managed to take down more than 10 spies in an instant. It's a success. Zhuo Xingfeng looked at the mess around him and sighed. We've finally taken down the purple fire tree. Zhuo Xingfeng's group only had around 20 people in total, but they had faced 40 to 50 opponents just now. They knew very well that if not for Chunxiang's assistance, they would not have been able to withstand the reinforcements of the beasts. Chunxiang took out a few rebirth powders and gave them to the injured elders, telling them to heal their injuries. I will enter the purple fire tree and tell everyone a few things. I will let them know what kind of evil deeds those spies committed, and they actually want this person. Zhuo Xingfeng did not know that these spies would have this thought before, but he did know that during the battle. This made him even more furious. Chunxiang, it's all thanks to you this time. Yu Weizhou said, if we can take down the purple fire tree now, we can definitely gather more people in the future, and then take back all the other divine trees. Medicine Creation Divine Continent is a good place. I do not wish to be destroyed by those people who are plotting against me. Chunxiang smiled slightly. Yu Weizhou said, I will patrol around with the others to see if there are any fish that escaped the net. There shouldn't be any in the purple fire tree, right? Chunxiang asked. If there are more inside, the tree soul will tell Elder Zhuo. Furthermore, we don't even have to do anything then. Elder Zhuo is absorbing the power of the purple fire tree and can become stronger. Those guys are not his match at all. Yu Weizhou laughed. The purple fire tree contained boundless power. Although the purple fire tree could not attack, it could still lend its power to Zhuo Xingfeng, so Zhuo Xingfeng was invincible inside. This was also the reason why Zhuo Xingfeng had to take down the purple fire tree. The tree soul will choose to help the people who truly protect the purple fire tree. Oh right, Chunxiang, I saw a lady earlier. She was also very strong. Yu Weizhou was extremely curious. That's my master. Chunxiang laughed. She is indeed very strong. It's just that she doesn't usually show herself. Of course I'm strong to be your master. Yu Weizhou's face was full of surprise. He never thought that Chunxiang's master was actually a woman, and thought that she was an old fellow like him. The purple fire tree had already been taken down, so the beast creation race must already know that the 2 reinforcements that they had sent out were all gone. Now, Yu Weizhou was a little worried that there would be even stronger reinforcements. Yu Weizhou and Chunxiang had already split up and were patrolling the area. Zhuo Xingfeng, on the other hand, was inside the purple fire tree, using the power of the purple fire tree to transmit his words to the person hiding inside the purple fire tree. Zhuo Xingfeng had a very high reputation on the side of the purple fire tree, mainly because he was a strong pill god and had created quite a few divine pills. Previously, when he bought the pill formulas of the Peak Dan, if they were to be sold, it would allow his prestige to rise even further. Chunxiang and Yu Weizhou circled around the purple fire tree. They had already seen many people coming out from it, and were going to rebuild the destroyed houses. Chunxiang, a scout, just sent news over. There are many beasts gathered outside the enchantment of the Medicine Creation Divine Continent, all in groups of 3 or 5. I'm afraid even more beasts will arrive soon, Yu Weizhou said after meeting Chunxiang. I'll leave this place to you guys. I'll go out and see what the situation is. Xianxia felt that with his current strength, he wouldn't have any problem dealing with beasts that could cultivate divine origin qi, even if it were humanoid beasts. If he were to face those people who had cultivated the complete world-defying stage divine source, he would not be a match for them. Previously, when he went to, if not for the Tree Soul S, he would have died there. Alright, but you have to be careful. If you find anything important, you'd better come back and tell us. Yu Weizhou said. Xianxia turned into a gust of wind and rushed towards the place where the beasts were gathering. I wonder how Chief is doing. I've been looking for him. I really shouldn't have told him about the beast creation race back then. Xianxia was worried that Chu Jinfeng would investigate the secrets of the beast creation race later on and get caught by the beast creation race. Right now, Xianxia wanted to capture a higher-ups of the beast creation race so that Xiao Xianglin could search through that fellow's memories and see if there was any news of Chu Jinfeng. After leaving the enchantment of the medicine creation divine continent, Xianxia sensed the aura of beast creation. Only an aura is concentrated in one direction. Didn't that scout say that there were multiple batches of beast tamers? After Xianxia released the 3 illusions to sense them, he was once again sure that there was only one more. It's about time for this batch of creation beasts to gather. I'll go take a look first. Xianxia had the spirit body fly at the very front. This allowed him to clearly investigate the situation of the spirit body. If it was the past, his illusion body would be easily discovered, but now his cultivation was also increasing, thus his illusion body would not be discovered so easily. Even if he was someone who had cultivated in the world-defying stage divine source, it would be hard to discover. After Xiang's illusion flew past, it immediately saw an altar that was as tall as a small mountain. This altar felt very familiar to him, and when he saw it, he immediately thought of the altar that sealed first beast creation ancestor. The altar that was sealing the first beast creation ancestor was much bigger than this altar, but it looked extremely similar, especially its overall shape and the carvings on it. What are they doing? Xianxia saw that at the very top of the altar, there was a large wooden board, on top of which laid a person, with his arms and legs spread wide open. A closer look revealed that there was a human-shaped groove on the wooden board, and it was specially made for people to lie down on. He's performing a ceremony. Xianxia was shocked. Those who were performing the ceremony looked like humans, but were in fact beasts that had transformed themselves. These kind of beasts that transformed themselves were all very strong. Xianxia continued to observe what kind of ceremony they were performing. The beast in human form lying on the grooves on the wooden board was suddenly pressed down by a demonic red light. It looked like he was being pressured by a pressure, making him unable to move. The next scene shocked Xianxia. He saw that the humanoid beast's 2 palms were actually nailed to the wooden board by 2 bloody spikes, and the humanoid beast's face was also filled with pain. It roared frantically. At first, he was only trying to nail down his palm, but after a lot of blood flowed out from his palm, he would nail down his entire body. There was a total of 81 nails, which were used to nail down this war-creature beast. The wooden board suddenly floated into the air. A layer of reddish-brown blood mist covered the back of the board, making it look extremely strange. The strange thing was, on the wooden board that was nailed down, there were many carvings on the surface of the beast's body. Xianxia described this scene to Xiao Xianglin. I'll take a look too. Xiao Xianglin also released her spirit body to observe from afar. Seeing that, she said in shock, "That is a legendary mantra. They are using a special method to engrave this humanoid creation beast into the legendary mantra. If I am not mistaken, they should be trying to let the humanoid creation beast master this kind of legendary mantra." The few elders who were at the top of the altar suddenly retreated. The entire altar was shining with a golden light, and a wave of hazy golden mist rose from it. Inside the altar are the Tao Creation's divine crystals, which are produced by the release of a large amount of the Tao Creation's divine crystals. Xiao Xianglin said, "Seems like they have an ancient method that allows people to quickly grasp legendary mantras. The legendary mantra could let people obtain a lot of strength. And Xianxia was able to master several legendary mantra. This made him unrivaled amongst his peers. It seems like they realized that the people inside the purple fire tree are hard to deal with, so they used this method. Xiao Xianglin said, "We need to stop them. If they were to let all the humanoid beasts control the legendary mantra, it would not be a good thing." This ceremony only lasted for 4 hours before it ended. Although the war-creature beast that was nailed to the wooden board earlier lost a lot of blood, it was recovering well after absorbing the energy released by the large amount of Tao creation holy crystals, and there were many runes on its body. He succeeded. Xiao Xianglin said, "I wonder what kind of legendary mantra it is. Something's not right." That humanoid beast seemed to have some intelligence, but now its eyes are lifeless, like a zombie. Xianxia anxiously said, "That's right. His mind is already in control, and from the looks of it, he shouldn't be afraid of pain." When he picked up the nail, he didn't feel any pain at all. "This is a very scary warrior," Xiao Xianglin said. The following person was a middle-aged man. When Chun Xiang saw the middle-aged man, he shouted in his heart. This person was Chu Jinfeng. Chu Jinfeng's body was tied up with shining golden chains and was riddled with wounds. He was forced onto the wooden board. "Chief!" Chun Xiang finally saw Chu Jinfeng. He had already had a premonition that something bad had happened to Chu Jinfeng previously. But now, everything was as he expected. These bastards! Seeing Chu Jinfeng up there, Chun Xiang was enraged and released his 2 clones, rushing over. The 6 realms mirrors floated above the altar, and in a moment it was huge like a huge mountain. The mirror shined down, and the killing array inside began to activate, releasing a burst of berserk energy. There were no attacks at the center of the altar. The few elderly men beside Chu Jinfeng who had thrown out their divine weapons to clash with the 6 realms mirror and were repelled back. Many of the creation beasts around the altar suffered injuries after being attacked by the 6 realms mirrors killing array. After the 6 realms mirrors killing array stopped, Chun Xiang had already rushed to the altar, and the many powerful auras surrounding the altar had already locked onto him, surrounded by countless of humanized beasts that had cultivated immortal qi. Just as they were about to attack, Chun Xiang's 2 clones, together with the red fire dragon, released the 2 heavenly dragon seals and started a fierce bombardment on both sides of the altar. When Chun Xiang landed on the altar, the 6 realms mirrors shrank in size and frantically descended. It rushed to the altar even faster than Chun Xiang and sent a few elders who were flying and were about to attack Chun Xiang flying, allowing Chun Xiang to smoothly land on the altar. The altar was in a mess. Chun Xiang's 2 clones were locked onto by many powerful beasts. Suddenly, the altar shook, and then the entire ground started shaking. A powerful pressure came down, and the trees in the forest around the altar were instantly crushed. The towering mountains were also flattened. Originally, there were many mountains and forests within 100 miles. However, they had all been flattened in that instant. Chun Xiang stood on top of the altar. After feeling the pressure, he immediately used all his strength to resist, but he was still struck fiercely by the attack, causing him to spew out a large mouthful of blood. "Damn it, this power is too strong. What is this guy's background?" "We respectfully welcome the clan emperor." Many of the humanoid creatures kneeled on the ground and began to shout with a pious look on their faces. "The emperor of the beast creation race?" Chun Xiang immediately guessed that it was this guy. If the people from the beast creation race were already so terrifying, then what about the goblin emperor? At this moment, the earth was trembling, and the air around them seemed to have been sucked out, making it hard to breathe. "Chun Xiang, leave quickly. Don't worry about me." Chu Jinfeng also asked Chun Xiang through the sound transmission due to the extremely strong pressure. Chun Xiang's other 2 clones were already suppressed by the pressure and were unable to get up. "Don't worry, I can take you with me." Chun Xiang grabbed Chu Jinfeng along with the wooden board, then used the power of the red fire dragon to allow himself to sprint forward. The other 2 doppelgangers followed suit. As they sprinted, the space in front of them suddenly collapsed, and they disappeared into it. This is the sky-shattering incantation. After Chun Xiang and his 2 clones entered the broken space, they smoothly appeared in another place. He and his 2 clones were in 2 different places, and they were both quite a distance away from each other. I'm finally safe. Xianxia looked at the dense fog in the distance. Xianxia pulled out all of the spikes from Chu Jinfeng's body and burned the wooden board along with the spike. Then, he brought Chu Jinfeng to Medicine Creation Divine Continent. The other two clones also left for the Medicine Creation Divine Continent. They would meet up there. Chu Jinfeng was in the 6 Realms Mirror's body, soaking in a jade vat. Inside the vat were a large number of rebirth powder, healing the serious injuries on his body. Chu Jinfeng had already fainted earlier. His injuries were severe. After searching for Yu Weizhou, he told Yu Weizhou about the altar and the ceremony he saw, as well as the matter regarding the Beast Creation Race Emperor. And the clan emperor is outside? He seems to be very strong. If he was the kind of guy who cultivated world-defying stage divine source, then it would be difficult to deal with him. Yu Weizhou was worried. This guy must have cultivated the world-defying stage divine source. Xianxia had met such an opponent before, so he could confirm with his chi that the Beast Creation Race's royal family was stronger than the guy he killed before. Actually, we don't have to worry too much. The tree soul on the divine tree is still very strong. It was because of the tree soul locking down the young man from initial God creation realm that Xianxia had succeeded last time. That young man was still sealed inside his 6 realms mirrors. I'll go talk to old Zhua. Yu Weizhou left quickly. Xianxia was also inside the purple fire tree. He had a cave by himself. It was very spacious inside. When he released Chu Jinfeng, Chu Jinfeng's complexion looked much better. You saved me again. Chu Jinfeng laughed at himself. Alliance head. Don't talk about me like this. We are good friends. Xianxia also felt a little guilty in his heart. If I didn't tell you about Beast Creation Race, you wouldn't have investigated. If you didn't investigate, you wouldn't have encountered such a thing. Even if you didn't say it, I would have known sooner or later. Chu Jinfeng sighed. I never thought that Beast Creation Race would be so evil. Alliance Master, what did you find in the Beast Creation Race? Xianxia was actually very curious about this. Chu Jinfeng must have found out about something and got caught. Beast Creation Race was created by another type of power in the 9 Creation Race. Chu Jinfeng said, I'm not too sure about the specifics. I know that Beast Creation Race is not affected by the Chuangyuan Qi, and there is also the evil creation bloodline in Beast Creation Race, which accounts for half of all the bloodlines in Beast Creation Race. The first Beast Creation ancestor also had the evil blood. He never thought that the Beast Creation Race was also like that. I suspect that the Beast Creation Race was created by some fellows for the sake of experiment. With half of the evil creation bloodline in their body and beast blood in their bodies, it means that they can easily turn into killing evil beast. Chu Jinfeng said. Xianxia himself was very clear just how terrifying a killing evil beast was. Could increase one's strength by a lot, but Xianxia could deal with it. Chief, what was that ceremony they did? Xianxia asked. It's called the Beast Slave Ceremony, which can only be performed after transforming into a human or beast. As long as you pass it, you will become stronger, and you can even control a legendary mantra. You might even become a killing evil beast in the future. Chu Jinfeng said, in fact, I am a special case in Beast Creation Race because I do not possess the evil creation bloodline. I only possess the beast blood and the creation god bloodline. Chu Jinfeng had also said before that he was taken in as a disciple by the Tao Creation Divine Lord later on before he went back to awaken the beast blood. That beast king is truly terrifying. When Xianxia thought back to it, he felt a lingering fear. If he can transform into a killing evil beast, of course he can. Moreover, he has a very special type of killing evil beast. When Chu Jinfeng talked about the Beast King, his face showed fear. Why is it special? Xianxia asked. He has the evil creation saint body, Chu Jinfeng said as he furrowed his brows. This means that he can restrain all of the creation races. This way, as long as those creation races do not listen to him, he can quickly kill them all. He can command all of the creation races. This fellow is really incredible. Xianxia was also shocked. It was actually the evil creation saint body, and it was an evil beast that was killing. This is the same as first beast creation ancestor. What kind of beast is he? Is it a dragon? Xianxia was unable to discern it from the aura previously, but he did not sense any dragon's aura. He himself had cultivated in killing evil dragon before, so he was quite familiar with the aura of killing evil dragon. No, actually, I don't know either because he never revealed his true form. Chu Jinfeng said. He has already cultivated up to the world-defying stage divine source, but his plan is to make himself stronger, then head to the initial God creation realm and eat everyone from the various great creation races inside.